What's your carnal theory?
Hi everyone, I'm Abba.
And I'm Amanda. And today we're talking with Shakun Sethi, a serial entrepreneur on a mission to break down the many taboos, silence, and misinformation around sexual well-being and create a more universal and just inclusive ecosystem in which to talk about sexual norms and sexual well-being. She is dedicated to providing people everywhere with the tools and resources to do so, which is what led her to founding Tickle.Life, which I really hope we have time to dive into that backstory more. But we'll definitely talk about this business that she has. Shakun, welcome, and thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you so much.
If you could kick us off with that, we'd appreciate it.
Yeah. So I just believe that it is imperative to be true to yourself and to know what makes you who you are, to be truly happy in content. And that has been my mantra for life.
It's a damn good mantra. Seriously. And I think so much about what My Sexual Bio is founded on, and we're going to get into this, but what I know from your backstory, it's literally just trying to do that. It's asking those questions. What makes me me?
Absolutely.
And then being that or doing that and living in peace because of that.
Yeah, like I think the best decision that I ever took was to listen to myself. What did I want? What was missing? What did my body, heart, my surrounding was asking me to do, to make me a better person? And these years of working with Tickle.Life has completely changed me. So when you say that it is difficult, absolutely it's difficult. But then if you really find something, that keeps on asking you to just go a little further, a little deeper, a little basic, I think you're closer to nirvana. And nirvana is just not meditation. Nirvana is just not finding inner peace, which is very different for very different people. I just think the most important thing is to be happy, and you'll only be happy when you know what do you want.
And can we talk about this concept of what being basic is?
Yeah, sure. It's actually also very closely related to what we are doing. So what we realized was that, we do not know what's happening in the world. And when we do not know what's happening, we end up having or, forming a fear for that thing. So fear leads to skepticism leads to judgment, and judgment leads to where we are right now. And, we are living in a very interesting time. We have COVID, we have riots, we have everything that you can think of happening wrong is happening right now. So what I'm talking about is like, let's go back. Let's see what were we fair of, what the fair was of. And the fair was of something that we do not know. And that's very simple. Why am I uncomfortable talking to someone? Or why am I not happy? Or why is it when I'm talking to a person, I am feeling jittery? Why do I have to prove myself to someone else rather than proving to myself? So this is going very, very deep inside, and we don't have to answer questions as to why people act like this, or, why things are happening like this. But the best way to do is what as a person you are doing, which you should change, or which you should introspect so that you become better. So that is how I say that, it's very important to be basic, because sometimes it doesn't matter, you might be able to buy a Beamer, but you might even be happy with a candy. It's very simple. Why do you have to, go out for, hey, you know what, I want the best car in the world. And once you get that car, are you happy? Or was it just because you thought that people will think that you've reached a level? So it's very important to understand, where you are, what are you doing, why are you doing this? Yeah. So that is what I think is being basic.
Yeah, I wonder how far back we have to go in our history to reach a time where it's like, at this time, things were basic. And I wonder if we're able to identify that, we can then see what external motivation or pressure came into society that caused that divide to go off into this other form of survival, because it's all evolutionary, you know, something caused something.
Absolutely. I just think that, you know, it's about the struggle. It's about survival of the fittest. So when you start talking about, you know, survival of the fittest, you forget that you will only be able to survive if you're strong. You will not survive if you have, you know, best of the things around you as compared to whatever surroundings you are in.
Well, that might be part of it. Like strength these days might have been adapted or reinterpreted to not maybe like literal strength, but it's, you know, monetary strength for a lot of it, or power, you know, your network. Someone's network these days can often be viewed as like, oh, well, that's a strong, high up person. They know da 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 da.
Absolutely. I just think that, you know, there are so many things that are going and because of which people become really insecure about what they have. You know, because they are just like, you know, this is mine. And like when we initiated Tickle.Life, and I was so clueless as to, you know, why I'm working in this industry, everything was, you know, like kept very close to themselves. You know, there were like different silos and people were working, you know, in their own houses, in their own offices. There was nothing that, you know, was bringing people together. And now the interesting thing that I'm seeing is people have started realizing that they have to let go. Because once you let go, then you start, you know, creating something which is bigger and better. So even if you go into therapy, it's always about, you know, letting go. Talk. Doesn't matter what you're talking about. You know, you don't have to keep something inside.
Yes.
Yeah, so I just think it's like a connection of everything together, and it's just about why were we created. We were supposed to be social.
Thank you so much for coming today.
Thanks so much for inviting me.
Yeah, and we hope that this episode has given our listeners something further to reflect upon. But if you have any questions or insights, feel free to reach out to us on our Instagram page at Carnal Theory or at My Sexual Bio. And definitely check out Tickle.Life. You can either go to their website, you can also check them out on Instagram at Tickle.Life. There's so much to explore there, as you can probably tell at this point. But thank you.
Thank you so much. All right.
Carnal Theory is produced by My Sex Bio. Our sound design is by Audrey Cohane, and our theme music by Men the Universe. My Sex Bio is an educational platform built to empower people like you to take command of your sexual biography. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok, YouTube, and Spotify at My Sex Bio. Visit our website and join our e-letter at mysexbio.org and support our work by joining our Patreon. Thank you.